final series of Warzone is upon us, and it really does look like that they're going out with a bang. Just yesterday, Call of Duty dropped a ton of info on their blog and on their social medias, showcasing everything that has to come in this 5th and final season of Warzone Vanguard. It has been aptly named Last Stand. What you should be seeing now on the screen is a cinematic from Call of Duty showcasing everything that we do have to look forward to. Actually, it's probably just some of the things, because I'm about to show you a roadmap which contains a whole lot of content. But don't worry, I'm going to go through everything for you in this video. So before I start with that, make sure to leave a like on this video if you do enjoy it. Subscribe if you are new here. I try and upload videos like this every single day. And if you do want to become a channel member, click that join button down below. Let's start off first with the new operators that are joining the roster in Warzone. What seems to be the leader of this newly named Task Force Tyrants is Raul Menendez. Menendez first appeared in Black Ops 2, where he was a gun runner and a drug trafficker, where he was building his own private army in Afghanistan. It was over in Angola though, where he was doing a little bit of gun running, and he ran into none other than Alex Mason, who gave him that facial injury. He shot him in the face, now he's got an eye patch, and he left him with a unpinned grenade for good measure, hence all of those injuries. Next we have Khaled Al-Assad, another antagonist from the Call of Duty series, but this time they're actually from Call of Duty 4 or Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Are you sensing a pattern, or should I say lack thereof? We've got Black Ops 2 characters alongside a Call of Duty 4 character as well. I always remember this guy for that slow motion execution with the deagle. That's all I remember about this guy, if I'm completely honest. The third operator that we are getting, this is a mid-season update sort of operator, so you probably are going to have to spend a couple of points in the COD store. Anyway, his name is Gabriel T Rork, and you guessed it, he is yet another antagonist, but this time from Call of Duty Ghosts. That's 3 different games and potentially 3 different timelines, all being mashed up for this final season of Warzone. They really are going out with a bang. In the Ghost story, Rork was actually a good guy, but he was captured and brainwashed and then sent to go and kill the rest of his squad, known as Task Force Stalker. I will admit, I've never actually played Call of Duty Ghosts. I just think that this guy looks a little bit like Tim the Tatman.
Bro, what's going on?
The fourth and final operator that we are getting also in a mid-season update is Seraph. And while they were technically part of a crime syndicate, I don't think they were necessarily a bad character or an antagonist, since they were actually playable in the multiplayer for both of those games. Personally, all I want to know is if we can get our hands on her Annihilator special weapon, which, if you don't know, is a hand cannon, which is pretty much a one-shot anywhere on the body. We're probably not going to be seeing that in Warzone. If you are an avid player of the Vanguard multiplayer, then you will be pleased to know that there are 2 new maps on the way for this season. The first map is called Beheaded, which looks like some kind of desecrated Times Square. Do not ask me how they managed to get the Statue of Liberty head from Liberty Island to Times Square. That is quite a trek for a chunk of metal. But anyway, it looks to be a nice centerpiece on the map, brightly lit, but at night time could be a lot of fun. The second map is called Fortress, and it seems to be some kind of Mediterranean setting, perhaps Greece or Cyprus, judging by that white-walled sort of Christian church. This is going to be the centerpiece of that map, and it's going to be some kind of desert, arid map, very brightly lit, probably blue sky. Should be also a lot of fun. Weapons. We all love unlocking new weapons in Call of Duty, and for this 5th and final season of Vanguard, we have got 5 weapons to unlock and sink our teeth into. First up, once again, absolutely destroying and scrambling the Call of Duty universe timeline, we have got the EX-1 energy rifle, so there's officially laser rifles in World War II now. We've also got the RA-225 or the 225, whatever you want to call it. I initially thought this was going to be some kind of machine pistol because it did look a lot like the AMP-63, but it turns out that it's actually a submachine gun, so it's probably going to have a lot of high mobility due to that compact design that you can see. A sidearm that we are getting, however, is the Veloy Revolver. This looks like one hell of a weapon. It could even be like maybe a 1 or a 2 shot, but something that really catches your eye is that sort of inbuilt machete bayonet sort of barrel. So it could produce some nice melee opportunities if you have this as your backup weapon. The final 2 weapons we are getting in a mid-season update, and you'll be happy to know that they are 2 brand new assault rifles. The BP-50 looks like a reimagining of the F2000 from Modern Warfare 2, once again completely scrambling that timeline. It's got a lovely bullpup design, so it is naturally going to be good at range, deceptively from its sort of compact build, if you like. It's probably going to be firing very quickly as well, if it is anything like that F2000. And lastly, the Liena 57 is probably going to completely ruin the meta for the final few weeks of the season, because it just looks like it's going to be an absolute beaming machine that no one is going to be able to contend with. We've got some bundles too, if you are one to be spending your COD points. Personally, I especially like that Pestilence bundle, but if you are looking to save your COD points, then I would advise that you probably do that, just in case the Call of Duty points or the COD points do transfer over to the new Warzone, which is rumoured to be coming out in mid-November. Obviously, the bundles, they're not going to be carrying over to Warzone 2 as we are knowing it, but the COD points might, so do keep that in mind this season if you are thinking of buying some bundles. I will be going over Warzone in just a second, but let's quickly look at the final chapter of Vanguard Zombies, the Archon. This is supposedly going to be concluding the story. It's going to have a new boss fight and probably a bunch of other perhaps Easter eggs or something like that. I'll probably give it a go at some point, but I haven't really established much of a story personally to this Zombies this year. And finally, here we are, Warzone. It looks like there is so much on the way for us to enjoy. Firstly, we've got a new limited time mode, Operation Last Stand. This seems to be some kind of reimagining in a Warzone setting or a BR setting of other multiplayer games like Search and Destroy, Demolition, Sabotage, where you have to defuse bombs and also set bombs as well. Apparently, depending on how the match concludes, you will actually get sort of a different ending. Perhaps it's just a cutscene. I'm really not sure, to be honest, but that is something that we really have to look forward to. They haven't really revealed much about it as of yet. It will be interesting, though, to see if this is a solo life game mode or a sort of multiple respawn game mode, because it could be really good for leveling up those 5 brand new weapons. And also, judging from the roadmap that I have been chucking up on the screen, it does look like we're going to be getting some volcanic surprises in this limited time mode. Speaking of volcanoes, Peak is once again getting an update. In this screenshot, you can see lava flowing down its eastern embankment, which should be a good opportunity to create a little bit of havoc on that side of Peak. We're also getting Resurgent Supreme on Rebirth Island, which I'm going to assume is just going to be a stupidly high player count and a Resurgence timer, which pretty much isn't going to run out. So do expect about 10 teams still left in a finally shrinking circle. That will be mad if that is the case. We also have another limited time mode, or just another mode for this season, called Heroes versus Villains. I personally think this is going to be some kind of clash game mode, like a big team deathmatch, perhaps with a few nuances for this final season. Perhaps the buy stations might contain different kill streaks for the heroes versus the villains, or it might just tie in with these new features that are also coming to Warzone. We've got the Rage Serum, which I can only assume is some kind of just beefed up stim where you're going to be getting maybe specialists, unlock all of your perks for a short time, get speed boosts, maybe get that Hunter Vision, double XP. I reckon it's going to be a culmination of all of them for like 60 seconds, and you're just going to be like a bit of a force to be reckoned with. And so some players will be really making the most of that Rage Serum and making unbelievable pushes. These 3 other features, I honestly don't have a clue what to make of them. There's a UAV kill streak box. Perhaps this is like a single pulse of a UAV when you open a supply box, and it's just going to show you where enemies are just for once on the map, just a single ping when you open the box. That could be good. It encourages people to not camp. Instead, you explore, do a bit of looting, and you get the opportunity to see where enemies are. If that isn't the case, then perhaps it could be implemented. The personal supply box, I can only assume this is some kind of loot box which you can sort of get to drop on your area, and it's just got a bunch of random loot in it. And for this Doomsday Station, I have been thinking, wouldn't it be amazing if this let you sort of call a loadout which had the old statistics of the completely broken weapons in Warzone? Let's imagine it's like 20, 30k, but if you buy this sort of old Doomsday loadout, you get things like that rapid fire DMR, the Growl meta, those snake shot magnums, all sorts. The FAMAS shotgun, could you imagine everyone running around with a FAMAS shotgun if they all get their hands on the Doomsday Station? That could be amazing. If it's not, then I haven't got a clue what this is. Anyway, that is everything. August 24th is when the new season and the final season of Warzone is going to be commencing. Last Stand. It really is a good name for the final season. Let me know down in the comments what you are most excited about with this. I'm actually really excited for the 5 weapons and the new game mode, the Operation Last Stand. I absolutely love playing Search and Destroy. It's probably my favourite multiplayer game mode. So to do that on a big, large scale, especially with everyone playing Warzone right now, that could be really good fun. But anyway, leave a like if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And if you do want to become a channel member, then make sure that you click that join button down below, because that really, really helps me out. But anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.